Why is this giant wiener being picked up off the road? I'm Greg Ott, and we'll tell you why right now on your daily news refresh, along with a look at 2024's hottest passports and a glimpse into how rattlesnakes spend their summer vacation. But first, the Wienermobile is down. Repeat, the Wienermobile is down. Dateline Monday. A scene from just outside of Chicago, Illinois, where you can see a beloved Oscar Mayer Wienermobile is flipped onto its side in something of an optimal grilling position. Illinois State Police claim this gassy Frank collided with a car on the interstate, causing the driver to lose control and send this sausage sideways. Fortunately, nobody was injured here, but a traffic lane was closed for over an hour after this went down. And if you think the driver must have been out there hot dogging it all over the interstate, you're actually right. As we told you back in January here on your daily news refresh, please subscribe, a hot dogger is the title for an official Wienermobile spokesperson, a role whose one-year term in office starts and ends in June. And among the responsibilities laid out in the job description, hot doggers need to maintain and drive these 87-year-old icons. After the collision, this thing was ultimately loaded up with toppings, onto a flatbed. And in case you'd still like to witness an iconic monument to motorized meat with your own two eyes, don't worry. As of press time, there's still plenty of scheduled Wienermobile appearances coming up all over the country, everywhere from a parking lot in Delaware to a Walmart in Kansas. That's because there's not just one Wienermobile. Like the fine display of slowly roasting meats at your local convenience store, these things are plentiful, with Oscar Mayer maintaining a fleet of 6 Wienermobiles that tour the country. This particular model happened to be a miniature wiener, but you should know by now that size doesn't matter. It's what you do with it. Are you familiar with the Henley Passport Index? Of course you are, but for those who aren't, it claims to be the authoritative ranking of all of the world's passports based on the number of destinations passport holders can access without a prior visa. Their little index includes 199 passports and 227 travel destinations, and effectively ranks which countries have the best passports. Well, according to their brand new 2024 global rankings, Singapore offers up the world's #1 passport, granting access to a total of 195 different countries without the need for a visa. The #2 passport is actually a 5-way tie, with France, Germany, Italy, Japan, and Spain offering up access to 192 different countries. And the United States? It's #3, times 2 plus 2. It's #8, behind Malta and Hungary, offering visa-free access to a paltry 186 nations. Now these rankings do change big time over time. The United States passport ranks #4 as recently as 2016. But if you're an American today hoping to spend your so-called unlimited vacation time over in Aleppo, Tehran, or Pyongyang, you're gonna need a visa. Still, 186 visa-free spots is pretty stamp-worthy. A North Korean passport is effectively the inverse, requiring visas to visit 185 countries. And the worst passport on the list goes to Afghanistan, which only grants access to 26 visa-free destinations. One passport that's not on this list because it won't get you anywhere? That of the Principality of Sealand, the micronation stationed upon an offshore oil rig off the coast of England. It's been around since 1967, and they used to sell passports, which the European Council considers to be a fantasy passport not valid for international travel. But as noted in the 2006 book Micronations, Sealand revoked all issued passports after some high-profile crimes involving them, like the 1997 murder of Gianna Versace carried out by a man carrying a Sealand passport upon his arrest. But hey, you know what? You can still get a Sealand ID card for 45 bucks, and even become a Duke or Duchess for 750. How about that, Your Majesty? Finally, what does summer look like to you? This? How about this?
We decided to put in a live streaming camera at what we call a mega den, which is a den with many individuals in Colorado.
That's a biological sciences professor at California Polytechnic State University, seen here handling a damn snake, and she's the person leading up Project RattleCam, a study that she told the Associated Press has 2 purposes.
One is for research, so as scientists, we can collect data on their behavior without disturbing them, so it's actually natural behavior. And #2 is that we can show this to the world. We can show everyone what rattlesnakes are actually like.
For a few years now, Project RattleCam has been live streaming snake vids out of California between July and October. But this year, they branched out and set up another camera at a Colorado rookery, home to damn near 2,000 of these things. Now, Project RattleCam also claims these streams are part of a mission to raise awareness about rattlesnakes, as if the rattle didn't already raise awareness, and to study their behavior in their ecosystem, which gets pretty busy when it's nice out.
Many species of rattlesnakes have gatherings in the summer where the mothers who are getting ready to have babies hang out together and then raise their young together. These rattlesnake mothers will give live birth to an average of 8 babies, and they're called pups, and they actually care for these babies. And so rattlesnakes are one of the few reptiles that are really good mothers like that.
Our professor here notes that this whole endeavor offers up a chance for some good snake public relations. regarding a creature that's frequently associated with danger, fear, and bad tattoos. It's worth pointing out that according to the CDC, of the nearly 8,000 people bitten by venomous snakes like rattlers any given year, only about 5 of those people die. Nice odds, but before you throw your chips down, they also note that for people bitten by rattlesnakes, 10 to 44% of those people have lasting injuries, like losing a finger. Depending on the finger, that could be bad news. But according to a recent survey by the Snake Woman's research team, people who were shown a few rattlesnake videos were made to be more empathetic towards the creatures when they learned about their mothering behaviors. And blowing people's minds with the notion that snakes can be mothers aren't the only discoveries this live stream is bringing to light.
I think the best thing about all of these things and the many other discoveries we're making is that people are helping us make those. So the people who are watching on YouTube Live are telling us, oh, this happened at this time. You need to go back to this. They're even helping us to identify some of the plants and some of the insects that visit. And so it truly is a group effort, a community science effort. That's something that we couldn't do on our own as scientists, but everyone's helping us do it.
Over at rattlecam.org, you can check out these live YouTube feeds. Whereas of press time, whoa, there's some slithering action over on the Colorado feed, and absolutely nothing at all going on the California feed. By the way, these researchers aren't going to reveal the actual location of this giant Colorado snake den, perhaps ruining an exciting date night in the interest of public safety. And these RattleCam live streams will shut down when the snakes hibernate during the winter. But don't worry, RattleCam will be turned back on in the spring. And in case you need something to watch in the interim, subscribe to @TheNewsRefresh for new weird and interesting news stories each and every day. Like this one about the world's most venomous spider, the kind of thing that could really put a damper on your plans for summer break.